Episode 16 of Frieren, Beyond's Journey's End begins with Sane sitting at a campfire and thinking about his childhood friend. In the morning, Frieren and her allies head for a nearby village so Frieren can reunite with her old dwarf friend, Volume 50. She wants to speak with him before he inevitably passes away. When they meet Volume 50, Stark scolds him for his decrepit nature, and Volume 50 teaches Stark a valuable lesson about negligence and self-awareness. Volume 50 tells Frieren to make herself at home. At the same time, Frieren tells Stark to let Volume 50 train him while they're here. While Frieren and Sane help the villagers with their daily activities, one of them informs our heroes about Vol's village duties and past life. Later, Frieren asks Volume 50 how Stark's training has been coming along. Volume 50 says it's going well, and Frieren thanks Volume 50 for helping her form a tight connection with Himmel and the others. In a flashback, Himmel asks Volume 50 why he protects this village. He says it's because his deceased wife loved this village and he promised to protect it in her honor. After Himmel shares kind words with Volume 50, Volume 50 promises to carry Himmel's memory with him. In the present, Volume 50 asks Frieren if she can recall what Himmel sounds like. Frieren finds Vol's question ridiculous, but Volume 50 explains he no longer remembers what his wife sounds or looks like. Despite it all, he still wants to protect this village in her stead. Frieren tells Volume 50 she plans to visit Oriole, and Volume 50 thinks she hasn't defeated the Demon King yet. Before Frieren questions Volume 50 for his ignorance, she stops herself and tells him that she'll carry Vol's memory with her into the future. Frieren and her friends depart Vol's village and take refuge near the Roar Road for a while. Then, they continue traveling. Sane reminds the others that he wants to find his childhood friend and says he received potential leads on where he could be. Sane reveals his friend went by the moniker Guerrilla Warrior while he went by the alias Goatee Priest. Frieren tells everyone they'll be arriving at Oberst soon, but Sane suggests they stop by a nearby settlement for a while. Sane asks one of the settlement's villagers about Guerrilla Warrior. The gentleman says they can attain information about guerrilla warriors' whereabouts from an old woman nearby. They visit the old woman and she says she'll give them intel about Guerrilla Warrior if they complete her requests. After completing numerous tasks, the old woman wants them to complete a forgotten hero's statue task. She takes them to the statues and Frieren notices one of the heroes looks like Kraft. Sane examines the status and recalls Hyder, Guerrilla Warrior, and himself visiting similar statues during their youth. During this flashback, Sane tells Hyder that he hopes he'll never be forgotten like these heroes. Hyder argues that all heroes, including Himmel, will be forgotten eventually. Additionally, these statues helped Guerrilla Warrior and Sane craft their unique hero names for themselves. After completing the statue cleanup task, the old woman relays details about Guerrilla Warrior to Sane. She tells him that Guerrilla Warrior spoke highly of him and said he'd become a great hero one day. Sane returns and tells Frieren that Guerrilla Warrior went to Tur, a trading city that's located near Oberst. The episode closes with Sane looking moderately concerned. The episode review. Unfortunately, it'll be a while until episode 17 drops. However, this episode offers enough pleasing material to hold fans over until then. From Frieren's pleasant discussion with Volume 50 to Guerrilla Warrior's whereabouts, viewers will be pleased with the material presented in episode 16. That said, this series continues to impressively tie events together thematically. Volume 50 and Guerrilla Warrior's scenarios explore the memory theme well, and fans can take away a lot from these scenarios. Ultimately, forgetting people who've made an impact on your life is a feeling no one wants to sit with. Thankfully, Volume 50 and Sane still have those specific individuals flowing through their minds and haven't forgotten them entirely. Coupled with the series' ongoing display of incredible imagery, animation, and soundtrack, episode 16 was another enjoyable episode to watch this week. The next episode and onward will be delving into the story's first-class mage exam arc. I'm excited to see what that entails for Frieren and her friends.